What's up, Avankas? We are here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Prema IndyCar launch. We are here with, dare I say, friend of the pod, Callum Ilott. He's back. He's driving for IndyCar. Callum, how you doing?
I'm great. We're not back in Charlotte. We're stuck in Charlotte today.
We're stuck in Charlotte.
No one's leaving.
There is a snowstorm that's coming in. It is going to be 2 inches of snow, and every single flight leaving Charlotte is canceled. So we're here. We're stuck. I think we're going to have a crazy night.
That's what I've heard.
Kick
But I don't
off.
know who's organizing it.
I don't know, but we got to figure that out because, I mean, this is a big deal. Prema, legendary race team, is finally leaving Europe for once and coming to America to bring the Italian energy into IndyCar.
You guys don't make it easy to get here, but we've done it.
You've done it.
We've done it. Well, I didn't do it. I joined, but they did it.
You joined. Well, you've had a history with Prema. I have a quote here that said, what you said about Prema.
Oh.
You said, it's hard, honest, fair, and funny. This is one of the most honest teams I've seen. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, I hope today was an example of that.
What makes an honest team?
When you're a Muppet,
Yeah.
or maybe vocally a bit worse than that, but yeah, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
But in a good way. Like, don't do that again.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to beat around the bush.
No, but that's good. That's what you need sometimes. And at the same time, like, so Rene, for example, maybe just after when we were talking, I spent the whole day at his house, home cooking with his kids.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not the honest part; it's the family part. But I'm not in someone else's house doing that with the team boss, you know. And
Right.
Rene's just been such a good guy. Angelina, such a good woman as well to work with and to deal with. And yeah, I honestly, I've never been in such a great place.
Amazing. Well, you've had the last few years in IndyCar. You've been on track. You've been off track. How does it feel to kind of like be looking towards the season? You know where you're at. You've got the full season ahead of you. What are you like looking forward to about that? Given your time in IndyCar, where do you feel like, oh, I'm such a different driver in this series than I was when I started? Where do you still feel like you have to improve?
It's going to be kind of an uphill battle, I think, as a team, because you don't know where you're going to start off. When you bought everything from scratch, it could be plain sailing and, no issues. There's going to be issues. That's just the way it works. And we're going to have to quickly overcome them and find our feet. So that's a team thing. And, I'm part of that. I'm trying to help and build on that side. But beyond that, as a driver, I'm older, I'm more mature. I've been through the good and the bad of both IndyCar and motorsports. And I think you're a bit more relaxed about these things. You don't take everything to heart as you get older. It's a bit more just go with the flow. Right.
Well, you have Robert who's coming in. It's his first time in IndyCar. What are the biggest kind of hurdles? What's the learning curve towards coming from the Formula style racing into IndyCar, the ovals? Like what advice are you giving him?
Before we get to the ovals, it's a different environment that's quite efficient in a certain way. You have to understand the process. You come into the weekend and it's over before you know it, and you've got to be very preemptive with how you want the car for which session, in which direction you want to go. And then you get to the races, and it's probably one of the most physically demanding things you've ever done. And nothing really, no amount of training prepares you for the heat and humidity at St. Pete and the length of the race. And then everything else is from there is kind of you settle in. And it's not an easy thing, but it's also the most competitive racing we've ever been in. Let's put that aside as well. It's not something that we are doing, but you can't just jump into and expect to do well.
Right.
Hopefully we do, but it's so tough.
Well, because the cars are spec, because it's not the same situation that you would have in a Formula One. There's actually a chance that any given Sunday, anyone can win a race.
Yep.
You kind of go into it knowing that. What's the highest? What's the peak?
What's the goal?
What's the goal? Are we winning a race? Are we trying to get a pole? Are we trying to get podiums? Where are you expecting this team to be this year?
Yeah, the goal is, again, if we get it right, is to be fighting for wins.
Yeah.
Realistically, Is it possible? Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a big challenge to get to that point. I think we've got to go step by step. The first place is kind of getting in the top 12s, fast 12s in qualifying,
right.
and then working our way. But we've got a lot of new people. It's not easy to get everyone to not gel together nicely, but to be fluid in that sense, and good pit stops, good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to go right in IndyCar to be in those positions to be able to win. You know, and some geniuses like Scott Dixon and Mike Hull, the strategists, always end up to move forward. And yeah, you got to be strong. And then you come to the ovals. The ovals is a new thing for a lot of us. We've got some good guys at the top who have been there and done it in some good teams, and hopefully that feeds back down. But it's not. That's years and years and years of refinement and parts which other teams have, which we either have to make or buy or wait for.
Sure.
So it's no guarantee, but I don't think we're going to do a bad job.
Well, Prema's no slouch, though. I mean, what do you feel like the excellence that Prema, represents and has had in their history? What do you think that is going to bring to the IndyCar paddock that maybe isn't there?
Prema have a history of whatever they go into, they do well in.
Yeah.
And they do a proper job. The first year they went into GP2 in 2016, they won. They finished 1-2. And there have been teams that were there for years and years and years. So they do well on that side. The people is a big part. They want to entice good people, keep a kind of family environment. But also we've got this European aspect and an American aspect that I don't think have... You get the odd people that come over, but it's never been as synced as this, I think, from what I see. You know, so yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but they just do an amazing job. They're so good at setting up the car. They're so good at working with the drivers, and yeah, they know how to build a good car, good race team, and make it look incredible like they did today.
Yeah. What about in terms of like fuel saving? I know that given. In the junior formula categories, do you ever have to worry about fuel or no?
Never.
So
unless someone's messed up.
Right, right. What's the kind of, what's the key to fuel saving? Because that's something that I think that is this kind of like dark art.
I'll just call Scott Dixon right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy. So what, is that still something that you're still trying to figure out the full art of? What advice are you giving Robert about that? Because I don't think he's ever really had to deal with that either.
There's a little bit of fuel and energy saving we had in the hypercar that we were racing this year. Well, not together, but around each other.
Yeah.
And that has actually a very good and complex system that I think helps you learn quite well. The Formula One side that he's also done has a bit of fuel saving as well. So it's not alien, but a lot of those are... they have systems that help you as a driver, so they tell you when to do it, when's optimal. IndyCar is a bit more, you have to feel it, you have to adapt and find the best way around, which some drivers are better than others at doing. I think I've got a good grip of it. For sure, it can always be better. One of the main things is having a good car. If you have a good car, you can make the most out of it and do a better job in certain areas. And yeah, as a team, you have to adapt, you have to put everything in the right window, and it makes it easier.
Now, you and Robert were going against each other in Formula 2. You guys were in that title battle together.
Yes, yeah.
Any bad blood that you had to squash? Any what was it like competing with him then? Is he still the same Robert from your Formula 2 days?
He's still the same. I'm probably still the same to him. No, he's really good. You can kind of put him in anything, and he just unlocks the speed. He's one of those guys that just he jumps in a car and makes it go fast, which there's a lot of those guys now in IndyCar and Formula One, but we all came from the same kind of place,
right?
And no, nothing bad ever from the Formula 2 side. I think actually we kind of relate to each other quite well, because we did well in Europe and didn't quite make it to what we were trying to achieve in Europe, and have both ended up in the same place now. So I think the relation on that side is, there's no bad blood. We understand probably what the other went through, and it's I guess connected in a better way, I guess.
Right. Are you going to hop on one of his songs?
No.
No?
No.
But you're not even maybe doing the worm on one of his songs?
Well, hang on. So I did forget, but when I was way younger.
Yeah.
And before I grew into a small man,
Okay.
I could sing in a choir, and I won British Schools Choir of the Year. And I was the little kid that can go really high.
Yeah.
I was the soprano one.
Yes.
Don't know how I did it. There's no way I could do it now. My voice is horrendous now. But yeah, I did it. So that was my hidden talent, which has remained hidden.
You won a choir competition. How big was this choir?
Well, it was the British Championship.
Not just the British Championship.
Well, I mean, it was me and 30 other kids. So,
I think you're being coy with your singing voice now.
No.
It's all gone?
Yeah,
because I was the same thing. I was like the high singing tenor, soprano, young kid, but I can still sing.
No, I can't. I can sing, not very well, but I can sing.
All right. What do you think of Robert's music?
There's certain less than certain situations, a couple that maybe it fits into. I think if you were 4 a.m. with a few beverages down in a club, which is very dark with good lights, you could probably pull it off.
Okay.
Not my taste.
Okay.
But actually, we did hear it. There was a 40th anniversary Prema party, and they put it on.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not bad, actually. In this setting, it's not bad. On its own, I mean, debatable. Don't tell him that.
Well, you said your hidden talent is doing the worm. When did you first discover that you had this talent? How long have you been breaking out the worm at a party?
It's probably about 12, 13.
Okay.
In my day, I'm a bit less flexible now, but I could go full handstand into a worm.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was cool. And there's a Formula 2 YouTube video where I demonstrate it, so you don't have to ask me to do it now.
Okay, we'll have to find that and put that into the video right now.
And that was my hidden talent at that point.
So. There we go. Okay, so you're in America. You've been here, a couple years now. We're gonna test you, see how well you know this land.
Uh-oh.
Okay? We'll start easy. How many states are there?
I knew this was coming. Is it 49?
One off.
50?
Yes.
You guys change it every now and then.
No,
don't you?
we don't.
Wasn't there one that changed?
No. It's been 50 for a while. But it's been 50. Okay.
Oops,
how many points in a touchdown?
3. No, wait. 1, 2, 1. More? 5? Is it like rugby?
It is 6.
6.
And then they kick it through for 1.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I was very far off.
Okay.
Oops.
It's
bad.
What is the first line of the national anthem?
Oh.
Any more?
A line, not word.
Just the first phrase. Oh.
Say, can you see?
Yes.
By the dawn's early light.
Yes. Okay, you were singing there, and you're lying to me about your singing voice. Okay. What is the capital of Indiana?
Indianapolis, no?
That is correct. What is the capital of the United States of America?
Washington, D.C.
That is correct. Okay. For the 4th of July, we have a famous eating contest on Coney Island in New York. What food are they eating?
Okay, it's either 2. It's either corn dogs or it's hot dogs.
Yes.
It
is hot dogs.
Hot dogs, yeah, okay.
Okay, you're crushing the second half. This might bode well. This might be what the season is, though. You might have a little bit of, you come in, we're getting our reins.
The States thing was really bad. I'm sorry.
And then come Nashville, you guys are going to be at the front of the pack. Okay. At the Boston blank party, what did we throw into the harbor?
Blank party.
Is that the word? Boston blank party. It's a historic event that involves your country and our saying goodbye to it. There was a very high tax on a certain type of good that we imported.
Was it tea?
The Boston Tea Party. That is absolutely
that makes sense.
Correct. Okay. Finish these quotes. If you ain't first,
you're last.
There we go.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence.
Yeah, see? Ricky Bobby makes his way internationally. You can't handle the...
Is it speed?
Truth.
Oh, truth. Oh, is that from...
That's from a movie. It's from A Few Good Men.
I haven't seen that.
It's a good one.
That's bad.
It's a good one. That's about the American legal system in its highest form. 4 and give me liberty or give me
freedom. I don't know.
Close. Death.
Death. That's not. Well, you're free from something, but I don't know if that's good.
Okay, we got a couple fan questions, then we'll let you go. This is from Dr. Ashley. What about America gave you the biggest culture shock?
Hi, Dr. Ashley. Well, the negative is your medical system, healthcare system.
That's right.
It's very costly. Yeah, to the point where when I broke my hand in the 500, no, it was all sorted. Don't worry.
Yes,
but I was like, I'm not doing any scans if it's in my name. I'm not paying for it. I will suffer in silence. But no. That's on the good side. Free refills in Indiana. I mean, it's not a good thing sometimes, but also it's quite. You need a cup and a half. Like, I don't think you need 2.
Especially if it's full of ice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's ice. Get rid of ice. Why is your obsession with ice in this country?
Well, what's your lack of obsession with air conditioning and ice in your country?
No, I have air conditioning in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're the exception, not the rule. Okay. This is from Lucy Bates. Favorite Taylor Swift song? Do you have one?
Hi, Lucy Bates. I like Taylor, but I'm not obsessive over Taylor. Yeah, I'd say Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Yeah, it's classic.
a good one.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
What did you break in your hand?
A bone.
Do you know which one of the
I think they're called
metacarpals?
This one here, the meta something.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a clean break. So
okay.
And I the doctor was like, look, it's clean, and as long as you don't hit it again, you can stretch and work out with it. So I was in the car, not the weekend after, but the weekend after that. That hurt. Yeah, like I did the race without painkillers, but I had to do the drive home, and I had a manual car as well.
Oof.
I had to do that with painkillers because that was,
that's tough.
The curbs at Road America were not forgiving with the vibrations.
Right. How do you bounce back from a crash like that, especially at the 500?
Just get back in the car.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one of those things that, like, it doesn't, should we say, knock your confidence too much, but you're just like, I messed up. I want to get back in the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to let you go now, but what we need to hear, you've been in America for a couple years now, on and off. Give me your best American accent.
There's a great one that I saw a couple years ago on TikTok. Maybe. Yeah, of should we say, he was barely 21. And it was a kid who was really drunk at the 500.
Yes.
Turn fast and left. Real fast and real left.
Yes.
That's my guy.
Turn fast and left, baby. That's American racing.
He didn't know where he was. Well, he did. He knew we went fast and left, but I think later that day he definitely needed carrying out.
Yeah, he went fast and left a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
Right into the barriers. Thank you so much for coming on the pod, Callum.
Thank you
Best
for
of luck
having
this
me.
season.
Thank you for getting stuck here with us.
That's right.
You can look at the cars in a bit if you want.
Absolutely. Bankers, as you know, we have teamed up with BetMGM this season, and we are using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code DADDY, and you will get up to $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here is how it works. You download the BetMGM app, and you sign up using the bonus code DADDY, because we're fun. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. You'll receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use the bonus code DADDY when you sign up. Don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code DADDY and get your first $1,500 first bet offer today. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and over. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Indiana. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code DADDY and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. Bankers, we are stoked to continue our partnership with Ricky. The best canned alcoholic beverage on the market just got bigger and better. Ricky has a 7% ABV, and they've just launched 24-ounce big boys with 3 shots per can, which is absolutely absurd. The flavors are all of your favorite cocktails packaged in a glorious, reasonable can. Get 3 times as drunk for just under $4. Ricky's where it's at. And, this weekend, I'm up in the Berkshires with my girl, and the only thing better than being in this beautiful, beautiful scenery is Ricky. So you best believe I'm bringing the big boy cranberry Rickies with me, baby. So head to rickyspirits.com to find out where to get Ricky near you, and follow Friday Beers and Ricky Spirits to stay up to date with upcoming Ricky contests and giveaways. And we are here with first-time IndyCar driver, but very experienced Prema driver, Robert Shwartzman. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hello, man. Yeah, it's good to be here. Everything is quite fresh and new, you know?
That's right. You were talking about this. You haven't really spent much time in America. Before this, how many days have you even spent in America before?
So, the funny thing is, my first ever trip to U.S. ever, getting inside the border, was in 2022, I think it was.
Right.
My first reserve/FP1 in Formula 1 in Austin.
Right. Oh, okay.
That was my first, basically, first time I've traveled to U.S. was when I was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for my first 22 years of my life, I've seen, I've listened, I've done, I've heard different types of stories about it, but never witnessed myself. And then I joined up straight away for the FP in Austin with Ferrari.
Yeah, that's full on coming into Austin. That's right into the belly of the beast, right?
Yeah,
there.
right in Texas. I was like, whoa, this is America, people in the cowboy hats, bulls running around for the show, and I was like, well, this is America.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was quite fun. But I had I didn't really have much time having a look around in US, because you come there, you go to the hotel, then from the hotel to the racetrack, you do your job, and then you go back to the hotel. So
sure,
there was not much of acknowledgement in how is US. And then later on, I came a couple of times for racing, last year in Austin, and I had a bit more time, so I had time to visit Austin, to have a look around, different places, and it was quite cool. It's American,
sure,
but it was cool. It was different. I was shocked by the roads, how wide and big they are, and the cars. You guys, you like big cars here, big truck is you like big.
Can you blame us?
No, I don't, because when a guy comes from Europe for such a long time,
right,
where there is little Italian roads with a little Fiat and little cars, and you come to US, and basically the whole road in Italy is your parking lane, the lane where you stop for an emergency. That's the whole.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So basically, it's just been shocking, but it's cool, and I'm still learning new things here. I just moved into Indy,
right?
So having a look around there, but it's kind of cool. I'm living in a really cool place. I have a house. It's quite safe, quite beautiful. We have Top Golf, so gonna be going with René, with my team boss,
Very
Top
nice.
Golfing. There is a hockey stadium that they build up, and going there because I like hockey.
Right. Of course,
I've seen quite different games, and I really like it. It's a really nice sport.
We were part of a company that has a podcast called The Empty Netters, and I think they would love to kind of talk to you about some puck. Talk to you about puck. I'm probably out of my depth talking about it. You probably know more than me. Okay, let's talk Prema. Let's talk you coming into this world, this IndyCar world.
I just came up, just hello.
Hello, welcome to the. Well, you first came to America in 2022. What do you feel like Prema because you've had a ton of experience with Prema. What do you think that sets Prema apart, and that's going to kind of bring you guys, give you whatever edge you're going to have this season? What is Prema all about?
Well, first of all, Prema, it's about family.
Mm-hmm.
There is a tradition. It's basically, the whole story of them. It's just very, very family based team, which is very nice, because the approach and the working side, it's quite different from all the other teams I've seen, even Ferrari, because like to feel that family feeling that you can fully trust people who you work with, and like you go for the same idea. You have same idea, is to basically to win, to do well. I've never felt this anywhere as strong as I felt it in Prema. So I think that's the main key for us is that. And well, I've done 4 years with Prema. I've won Formula 3, vice champion in F2, and I think most of the drivers who came through Prema and who are now in Formula 1 or even not in Formula 1 would agree with me that I think it's the best team to learn and to achieve good results to bring you up to Formula 1. So yeah, with that mentality and that approach, we come here to Indy. It's definitely a different situation, because when I raced with Prema, I was a junior driver, pointing at Formula 1, going that road, and they were bringing the results for me, and I was bringing it for them. So we were like in that state. Here, it seems more like IndyCar is sort of like American Formula 1, like of America.
Yeah,
and we are a bit different team here. We, there is no more that there is something above Indy that we need to focus on. So we need to. That's where I'm trying to put my input in the team, is to bring that Formula 1 knowledge, to bring here, to build up Prema even stronger than they are in Italy, because we need that, like step up to be like as Formula 1 team, because I've seen the difference. In Formula 2 and Formula 3, there is no need. There is not so many people. Not like it's quite simple.
So this is not a feeder series. This is the peak
series.
championship.
Yes,
this
that's
is the series.
That's the top. So here we have way more personnel. We have way more people, and we need to structure it in a way that I've seen some things from Formula 1, which is working really well, and that's what is Formula 1 about. So I'm gonna do my best to share everything, and together the group, the whole team together, to like have the family vibe together with this professionalism that Formula 1 guys have.
Sure.
And I mean, most of the people that I work with, even my engineer, he comes from Formula 1, so most of the people already know what is it. So it's not that I have to open them a new story. So. But yeah, obviously IndyCar it's much more of a challenge for all of us. It's a challenge for the team, because like everything is new. Like for me as well, I haven't raced any racetrack we have in the season.
Right.
So
yeah, you were saying that in the event that we just had, that you haven't raced a single one of these tracks. Yeah. So what's the preparation that you're going into a season, all these tracks ahead of you that you don't have experience on? Like, how do you prepare for that? Do you take it one race at a time? Do you do a little bit of all of them now, and then the week of, you're just kind of cramming that one race? How good is the simulator? Like, how are you prepping for this year?
Yeah, I mean, we have the sim, so we're going to use the sim before going to the track. It's quite okay for learning tracks, obviously, when you don't know them at all. Yeah, and then the approach is quite simple. It's just to use every single lap that we have to come up straight to the speed, to get straight away the understanding and knowledge of where to brake, where to turn, what gear to take. So like this, I can be straight up to the speed. I want to believe, with my experience that I've done in the past, because I've driven all categories there is, all race cars, the top level, everything. So, that I'm quite decent to, being quick at learning and getting straight into the pace with something new that I don't know. So I want to believe. I mean, I have this thing, and I mean, it's not science fiction. It's just like, don't lose time. For me, it's important not to waste time on something that we don't need to. So we just need to be quite going there straightforward, focused, get in a car, get every single lap in, get the info, and then just, prepare yourself as maximum as possible for the race, and that's it.
Right. What do you think the biggest learning curve is going to be? Like, what do you feel, you're like, you feel prepared in these ways, but what are the things that you're going to be like, oh, well, this is a whole other ball game here? Is it a physical side of it? I know fuel saving is a big thing that maybe you're not as used to in the same way here. Like, what do you think your biggest challenges are going to be going into the year?
I mean, Fuel saving, no, it's not an issue because I've done it quite a lot in different categories.
Okay.
Because they do that in Formula One, they do that in hypercar. They do similar thing in Formula E with the energy savings and stuff.
Right.
So it's something that it's quite common thing. So that I don't think it should be an issue. Okay, I mean the biggest challenge for me, ovals. Definitely gonna be a challenge because I don't know anything about it. Let's say at this stage, I haven't even done a lap, so that's gonna be something completely new for me. Obviously, apart from just new tracks in general that we have, I think also the just generally the ride, because from what I heard, the tracks are quite bumpy.
Yeah,
most of them, and it's just the ride that makes the difference. So just to be good at coping with that, hits, bumps and stuff, try to be smart about avoiding them if possible and stuff like that. So I think generally just there is not something very big specific that I would say, okay, this is a massive challenge.
Okay.
I think there's going to be just small little challenges, but we got to be quick to overcome them.
Right. Now, you were competitors with Callum in Formula 2. You guys were both going for the championship. He was saying there's no bad blood between you guys. It's a good dynamic. Do you feel the same way, or is there any unfinished business?
No. I mean, with Callum, I know him for a long time, from 2010. We've done cutting, and the funny thing is, and I hope I'm not gonna jinx anything, and it's gonna stay like this, but we have never actually crashed with each other. Like, we were always very respectful to each other, with like on track, off track. So it was always like for me, he was always seemed a clever guy who would not put something on risk, like who I would be like, okay, this guy can be crazy and stuff like that, and I would have some crashes. So like for me, we have no bad blood at all, and as I said, I have quite good respect for him. I hope he does for me as well. But yeah, I think as a teammate, I definitely don't feel any worry in the sense that like he's gonna be like doing something bad and trying to either crash with me or manipulate something. So I want to believe we're gonna have a good team, good respect between each other, and even if some of us is doing good and someone doesn't do good, then just to support each other, help each other in both ways. I want to believe that that's going to be the case.
The situation, nice. I know you were also teammates with Oscar Piastri. Your time. What was it like having him as a teammate? What was the dynamic there? It seems like he's also. I mean, Lando Norris had a little bit of trouble with him this year as a teammate because he's very good. But what was it like being teammates with Oscar?
For me, honestly, I think it was one of the best, if not the best, teammate I've had so far. We'll see with Callum as well, but. I respect a lot the guy. Like, first of all, he's a very, very talented kid. Like, he's very fast and very consistent, and like he's calm as well. Like the problem is, we had a chat at him at some point, me and Oscar, and it was like, I would really love like a rematch with me and you, like in the season, like we're gonna be again teammates, and just because that second year it was just not going right way for me, especially at the beginning. And I was like, if just things would be a bit more, let's say, equal in the sense of, let's call it luck or whatever, like things would not go as bad as it was at the beginning, we would really go nose to nose for that title. And I would really love that challenge, to battle until the last second for it. And he was laughing. He was like, he would like it too, but obviously he's in Formula One, and now he have Lando, which I also have been teammates with. I mean, I don't know what's their relationship. Honestly, I don't poke my nose in those things.
Sure,
it's up to them. I know that they had a bit of things going on, but also from my side, it seemed that they were still quite respectful for each other. Because I mean, come on, to give away a win,
of course,
you have to have a good respect. So I'm sure they respect each other. I don't know now what's the situation.
Sure,
but yeah, again, with Oscar, when I was driving, me and him. We never had any crashes, he was always very respectful kid and a guy to me. So, yeah, honestly, and it was actually quite fun with him. Like even though I didn't manage to, bring it up the battle until the last second, he one race before the end of like the championship,
Sure.
he already became a champion. But even so, like we never had this, like situation where somebody would be like cocky and like
Sure.
like we knew that we both are the top level, we both are good. Everybody we were confident, and that was just hack the fun, just who is gonna be on top, like who's
Right,
gonna have to have the top one. And he won. Respect for him for that.
Yeah.
As I said, my season was a bit difficult, a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Also mentally, because it was like my dad passed away, and it was like I was still not in the right spot mentally to be consistent. So that was also influencing quite a lot. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day Oscar is gonna be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna come to Indy.
That's right.
And I'm gonna be waiting for him. So Oscar,
We'll drag this thing
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it's like-
one last ride.
Yeah,
one
yeah,
last ride.
yeah, me and you
Well,
until the end. Come
That's
on.
right. That's right. Did you ever? We had his mother on our podcast, who's a big personality on the
Really?
internet. Did
Really?
you ever have any interactions with Nicole Piastri?
No,
Okay, she's a big personality. She's got
I
a lot of
actually never
opinions.
met his mom.
Okay,
I met his dad.
Okay.
like really cool lad. But
Sure.
mom, no, he like never brought it.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
she's
It's
she's-
COVID time. Yeah. it's true.
So this year, what's the? We were asking Callum the same question. What's the hope for this year? What are you gonna be fighting for? Are you fighting for wins? Fighting for podiums? What are your hopes and dreams for 2025?
You know what? Obviously, let's be clear. Logically, there is not much expectation going on because we're rookies. So
Right.
I get it. But my ambition, and especially with Prema, is to win. So as I said, I point out the championship win. I know now it
Go.
sounds like,
Talk it.
yeah, like, wow, it's so far, it's impossible. But I've done things that were impossible. So I believe we can do it.
There we go.
We can do it. But we also have to be smart about
Yeah.
things because the championship is quite fast. That's what we discussed as well. Like normally in the past, we had a season where we start like end of February or March, and we end up like November.
Yeah.
So and we have time. So if the race doesn't go well, we have time to settle back, clear our heads, and come back fresh for the next race. Here, we're gonna have a challenge of like race. So there
right.
is no time to relax. So we have to be very conscious about keeping the momentum. If we got that momentum, if we are up there, we just gotta keep it because it's very important. Because if we lose like here, if you lose like 3-4 races,
Yeah.
you might lose the championship. That's
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
we cannot afford that. So yeah, that's my target. Maybe the first races I'm not gonna be expecting miracles that boom we're gonna win straight away. So we gotta take it step by step. But I expect us to go forward to be better. So in the last race to be better than the first one.
Let's
That's what-
go.
Yeah.
Well, we come in fast. We come in hot. That's the American attitude. You're in America now.
Yeah.
We're going to give you an American quiz.
Oh, really?
See where you're at
Okay.
in terms of your American knowledge.
Mamma mia. All right.
How many states are in the United States of America?
All right. You know what? I don't remember exactly, but I remember a scene because I watched Friends.
Okay.
And there was a whole episode
Yes.
of that because they were like discussing, and there was like, what was it? What the numbers, like 50 something, 50.
50.
Yeah, 50.
Boom.
I
one
got
for
it, yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Callum said 49.
Really? So I got it right.
You got it right.
Woo,
Okay.
I know more than Callum. And he lived here for 4 years. Come on, man.
There we go. Okay. How many points in a touchdown in American football? He's
6.
Yeah,
But I had a...
You're cheating. Is this the culture you want to say at Prema?
Yeah.
You guys are cheating.
Well, that's not... It's his words. Don't...
If the first
Yeah.
you don't succeed, cheat. Okay.
Oh, 6. Yeah, thanks for help.
Okay. What is the first line in the United States national anthem? The first phrase.
Can I do a joke?
Go for it.
Why does every time when there is like this type of questions, and especially about American anthem, with all due respect to
Yes.
that, in my head there is Borat singing "Kazakhstan is the greatest country in the world." Like,
Well, you got the tune.
Yeah,
and we know that you're a singer.
Yeah, I am. I got the tune, but I don't know the first word.
It's
honestly.
"Oh, say, can you see?"
Oh yeah.
By the dawn's early light.
Well, I'm sorry. Well,
Oh, say, can you see?
Okay, this is the.
Okay, all right.
We wanted to take a second to let you know about our new sponsor, Everyman Jack. Everyman Jack is the OG clean men's care brand. Body wash, shampoo, deodorant, skincare, beard care. They have everything you need to get fresh. All their products have naturally derived ingredients with no harsh chemicals. Also, they smell great. All their scents are outdoor inspired. Musky, baby. Gotta bring that masculine energy to wherever environment you're in. They've got signature ones like cedarwood, sandalwood, plus new ones like Pacific cypress and coconut and vanilla. Now I can pretend to be outdoorsy even if I never leave my couch. But the best part is how affordable they are. There's no need to spend over $10 for body wash and deodorant when you can get something incredible for less than that with Everyman Jack. I have their entire face care bundle. It is amazing. They've got a cleanser, a moisturizer, an acne spot. I've got one little spot. You put it on, knocks it out. Post-shave balm. They've got everything you need to keep your face looking clear so you can feel your best when leaving your house every day. My favorite is definitely the moisturizer. Some moisturizers can be a little bit too much, a little bit too thick, or too. It's that Goldilocks. That's what you want from the moisturizer. And the Everyman Jack Daily Face Moisturizer is the one that I use every single day, which is why I look so freaking cute on this podcast. Give Everyman Jack a shot today and go to everymanjack.com and use the code REDFLAGS at checkout for 25% off your first order. That's everymanjack.com, code REDFLAGS at checkout for 25% off your first order. Now back to the show.
Okay, what's the capital of Indiana? Where do you live?
Well, where I live,
Where are you moving to?
Fishers. But it's not a capital. I mean, I would be very surprised.
What is it, the 500, is it the Indiana 500 or is it the...
Indianapolis.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, what's the capital of the United States? What's the capital of the whole country?
Washington.
Washington.
D.C.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit slow.
Oh, you're killing it.
Yeah.
You're doing better than Callum. Okay, 4th of July, we have a famous eating contest on Coney Island. What food is consumed?
4th of?
On the 4th of July, they do a big eating contest. We have to eat as
turkey.
No? No, that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, I know only that. On the 4th of July.
Okay.
What do you eat? What is that?
It's a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, really? I didn't know that.
So this guy, Joey Chestnut, eats like 150 hot dogs.
Can you eat 150 dogs? Hot dogs?
Somehow, where there's a will, there's a way. And that is what they do. What we do over here. Okay, at the Boston blank party, what did we throw into the harbor?
I honestly, like, I did.
He's like, stop with these questions.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, like, this is a bit like too specific. Like, what are you throwing into the water?
It was a good that was taxed heavily by the United Kingdom. That when we said we don't want to be a part of your thing anymore, we threw this good into the harbor.
Don't tell me it's fish and chips.
Fish and chips. The Boston Fish and Chips party. I like it. It was the Boston Tea Party. We threw tea.
You throw away tea.
Because they were taxing it like crazy. And we said, we're done with this stuff.
Oh, really?
We're done with your monarchy.
Okay, but that's some traditional thing.
That's old school. That's a history lesson. That's American History 101. Okay. Do you have an American accent?
All right.
All right. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
right.
finish this quote. If you ain't first, you're...
Last.
Have you ever seen Talladega Nights?
I've had maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay,
but I've heard that.
You got to watch that one.
All right. Okay.
Will Ferrell. It's a NASCAR. He's a NASCAR guy, but then you were talking about Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Or he comes over as a Formula One driver to race in NASCAR.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
I did watch that.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. Yeah. I did. I've watched that. Yeah.
Okay.
Where he had an incident and he was scared at some point.
Right.
Driving
Yeah.
out.
He got the.
I watched that. Yeah. I did.
I love it. Okay. We know that you have this singing career.
Well, career. You don't call it a career.
Well, you put out some songs, dude.
Not yet. Yeah.
Fully produced.
Yeah, I would love to have a music career.
Tell me more about where this came from.
Well, it came like my father was actually teaching me quite a lot about music, but it was mostly of like culture, history, like classic music and stuff. So I got my passion into that. And then when I start expanding music, I really start to feel the beats and the rhythm and the magic of music singing without singing, actually. Like, when you have a nice rhythm, nice melody, you combine it, it's like you don't even need words, like the music sings for itself.
Okay.
And I was like, that's cool. And then I start to hear some cool samples about hip-hop artists and rappers and stuff, and I was like, damn, this sounds really cool. And I was like, I want to try it as well.
Okay.
And I had a friend, which I still have, and he is like a professional rapper. So I was like, but like not in America, but
Sure.
I was like, you know what? Can we try it? Rap? Can you teach me some things and stuff? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then, we went to the studio. I listened to the beats, and he was explaining me how to, do things. And I still haven't learned how to freestyle, unfortunately, because I don't have the knowledge of it. But maybe at some point. But at least if you put me a nice beat, I can get you a nice flow. And then we can think of a theme, and then from that theme we can write down the lyrics and get it all backed in.
Okay.
And it's cool. And when I did it, it was like I was really enjoying it, the process, of like the creation of something. And I was like, cool. And then when we done it, and there was engineers who mastered it and stuff.
Right.
I listened to it and I was like, I like it. Like normally I am very
critical.
Yeah, critical. Like
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, dude, like it's really nice. Like honestly, I like it makes me move. Like I like it. And then I listen to other people around me, and they were like who's this? And I was like, me. I was like, what? I was like, no, that's not you. I was like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, this is really cool. And I was like, okay, this is like, it seems like it's people like it. People like catches the ear. So I was like, okay. I released it, and then my issue was that I've done quite a few songs, but I didn't have a good management company in terms of music, like to release and stuff.
Right, sure.
I went to Sony, I went to Universal, but they were like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We have so many people coming. So I'm waiting for someone, if somebody is going to watch, like somebody who has good connections in the music industry.
Let's go.
Reach me out. I'm really down. I need good like producers to like help me out with all the production and releases and stuff to make it like expandable. Because when I released the song, it was basically only my auditory from Instagram and stuff who were like listening.
Sure.
But I need other platforms, other ways to push it. So
we gotta blow this. We gotta blow it up.
Yeah,
we gotta blow it up. Okay, if you were gonna collab with anyone on the IndyCar grid on a song, who would it be?
Sorry, Callum, but that's not going to be you.
Well, apparently we asked Callum this. He said that he was part of a choir when he was a kid that won the British Championship. But he says he doesn't sing well now, but I don't believe him. I think there's a secret great singer in Callum Ilott, and I think this year you need to unlock that for him. But okay, if not him, who would it be?
I mean, if we take Callum and we put him as just to do the vocals, just like, some low and that high pitch,
okay,
and we loop it and we sample that, then it might work.
Okay.
In that sense, but definitely not rapping. I don't.
Sure. We'll leave the rapping to Robert Shwartzman.
Yeah. Who would it be? Who in the IndyCar grid is good at singing? I have no idea. I mean, let's go with Callum because, at least he likes Eminem, so at least we can start from a decent like.
Okay, well, you mentioned Eminem. Okay, give me who's on your pump up playlist. Who are your favorite artists right now? Who are you listening to?
I listen to so many different like artists and stuff, but obviously M is the greatest for me as a rapper. Yes. I've seen so many videos where people in US and LA, they go there and I ask them who's the famous rapper, and a lot of people don't even mention his name.
Right.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like. We're talking about rapper. We don't talk about being cool on the video clip or like being a super artist, whatever. Obviously, M is all about rapping, about like putting the lyrics in, like, and especially where I respect him is his disses. Like when he diss someone, that's a killer. Like if he disses someone, that's okay. The artist is
okay. What's your favorite Eminem song?
Man, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think at this stage I really like Till I Collapse because it's very motivational.
Yeah, is
I
that
really
before a big race? Just
Yeah.
throw Telecollapse on.
Yeah.
Well, in that Telecollapse, he talks about they don't put him on the lists.
Yeah,
Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada
Yeah.
Corrupt, Nas,
Yeah.
and then me.
Yeah, and then
But in this industry, I'm the cause of a lot of envy. So when I'm not put on this list, this shit does
yeah,
not
same
offend
as
me.
with the Grammys. Like he doesn't need Grammy.
That's why you see me
But-
walking around like nothing's bothering me.
Yeah, I mean, like I really like his songs about like okay, my name is
Yeah, I mean-
like the strike of the whole thing. What was the song name where he was complaining about that everybody was bothering him all the time and let him like live his life? I
I feel like that's a lot of them. Just
no,
like-
that was
just
like
like,
main
shut
for-
up.
No, that was
Old
like,
school or
old school.
Okay.
So like where he was saying that he can't even go to the toilet, like the paparazzi is gonna be there, like what was the wait? Hold on.
The Way I Am.
That's the one. That's
Okay.
like so deep. Like a lot of people, like because I've witnessed it. Like when I was younger, I really loved like attention, and when there was like a lot of people, at some point, I realized that it gets tough when there is a lot of people that they go at you. They don't. Some of them don't respect your like, I don't know, it's your space.
Privacy. Yeah.
And they just jumps in and you're like, dude, like let me breathe, like that sense. And imagine M with his level, like I can't like. And
Yeah.
when he was writing these lyrics, I was fully feeling like
Yeah.
what he was implementing. But that's the thing with M. It's like he's like when you listen to him, you're like you get in his shoes. Like I don't know,
Mhm.
like I feel him fully.
Do you feel that maybe is that maybe one of the pulls of when you're in the car? I feel like there's something about doing something that's so dangerous that requires 100% of your attention. Like none of the people that talk shit or do whatever, they can't touch you out here. Do you kind of, is that a bit of the do you feel a little bit of that mentality? It's like, let me do my thing. I'm in the car.
No, I don't say anybody. I'm very respectful for everyone, and I like the fact that there is fans and they support me. So I really, really love that, and I
Right.
really respect and thank you guys for doing that. And again, it's not about like I think we have different like fans probably with me, and because he had way more and way more aggressive. I'm sure my
Yeah,
one
yeah.
are just fans because they really love racing,
Right.
and I really respect it, and they just hopefully like me. And they just want to support me. So in that sense, I can't even compare that because
Okay.
they're like, my fans are chill and cool. For me, M is obviously the greatest. But I really like a lot of other, like Kendrick nowadays. Kendrick is doing hot stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, okay, I like some Travis Scott songs.
Yeah.
It's a bit different style of rap, but I really sound different. That's
Right.
the thing. That's what I like. It's not something that I already heard. And there is a lot of others, obviously, rappers who are really good. But yeah, I generally would like to meet at least few of them.
Okay.
That would be really cool.
All right.
Unfortunately, last year, I've been doing for like 3 or 4 years in a row an FP1 in Abu Dhabi with Formula One.
Yeah.
And last year I was not invited, unfortunately. And there was Eminem concert there, and I missed it. And I've seen videos of Jason Statham celebrating, singing his songs, like Eminem there, and I'm like, just watching it sadly. I was like, why am I not there?
Damn.
Yeah.
We got to get M to the Indy 500. We got to get him in the snake pit. Let's go,
Yeah.
dude. Eminem, come to IndyCar this year.
Yeah.
Say hello to your one of your biggest
Yeah.
fans. You guys
Yeah.
can collab on a song. It'll be chill. It'll be chill.
Oh,
It'll
he's
easy.
gonna be
It'll
my
cool.
coach. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, man, if he
Yeah.
would really like, I think invest his 1 hour of his time to teach me, I think I'm gonna learn so much that probably
Right.
like a year time in terms of rap and how it works and stuff. Like,
If
I would
you
really
win
love
a
that.
race this year, you have to give us like, hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Robert Schwartzman.
Nice one.
You have to promise me.
Yeah,
If
all
you
right.
come in the first year in Prema, if you get a win this year, you got to throw in a hi,
All
my
right.
name is.
All right.
The internet would love it.
Yeah. All right. All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Best of luck this year. Robert
you.
Schwartzman,
Thank you.
Prema driver, IndyCar driver.